Hello guys, welcome to another live session. Today is the 4th of October, Friday, NFP day. Let's get ready. So a big day today, guys. Few data coming out today. Let me just pull my calendar here into the screen, and as you can see, we have the US employment data coming out, the Canadian data as well coming out, just at the same time, and PMI at 3 p.m. London time. So a lot to do, and today, as you can see here, the expected number for the NFP is 145,000 expected, unemployment rate to stay around the 3.7%, and the average earnings stay to expected is 3.2%. So a big day, especially because of that really bad PMI that we got a few days ago. The market will be keep an eye on these data to see if that if anything is impacting the employment sector in the US. So keep an eye, especially the average earnings today, guys. Okay, if I show you here the historical data for the average earnings, and you can see it's quite strong, right? For the since October 2017, we have seen an increase from all the way from 2.3% to all the way to 3.4. So it has been a really steady increase. But if we see this dropping below the 3.1 or even below 3%, I think that's gonna be a little bit scary for the market going forward. So let's keep an eye and see what comes around today. So yeah, so that's the main event for today. Nothing really else that can move the market. Of course, someone can come and talk, say something, but rather than that, nothing else that will impact the market. So I expect the market to be very muted until it gets to that data around 1:30 p.m. London time, which is most of the time expected. So let's start looking at the charts here, and to start with, let's look at the dollar index. And we have been, since the first, which has been the Tuesday, right? The dollar has been steady moving lower, but now we are in this kind of a support zone, as you can see here on the daily, right? Which is more, it's not. It was expected, especially after we start breaking below that high that we had on the 3rd of September. Since then, as we close very bad, very red on Tuesday, the market has been steadily going lower. But here we are. So the plan for today really is to see what can we do, and the level I'll be watching today is where we are finding support so far, which we have a trend line there as well, which is going to be around this 98.70 zone. I need to see the market, this dollar index to stabilize above that to give us any chance of moving up again. But below that, if we do have a 4-hour close below that, the 98.70, I think this can really move lower again. And the next level that I'll be watching, if I go back to the daily, is going to be this trend line here that we have here, which is the same one that I have on the weekly as well. If you look, pretty much the same. So this 98.50 is going to be pretty much the next key area for the dollar index. If we start squeezing, breaking this 98.50, getting below this trend line on the 4-hour. On the other side, if we do start breaking higher, looks like we have another trend line as well here, pretty much, which is going to be around this 99. So I do think that if the market stays strong and remains above that 99, that's going to be quite a nice first signal for the bulls that this market is ready to turn and continue moving up for the time being. So for now, I'm still a little bit bullish than bearish still, not because I think holding here, I think we have the chances of going up. So it's pretty much what to do. So if we break above 99, I will expect the 99.40 to go next. If we break the 98.70, then I will expect the 98.50 area to come and then if that breaks as well, then we will be watching this zone again here that we saw before, playing out, okay, which is the 97.85 zone. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind for the dollar index. And this, I don't think is gonna break to either side before the NFP. I think that's gonna only start doing something when the data comes out. Okay, so going back to the euro here, let's go to the euro here next. And the euro, let me make some change. And the euro, guys, I think it's very simple to see this market and make a decision below. So I think while we are below this trend line here, I think we still remain bearish. Above that, that's when things can really change. So for today, I'll be keep an eye on this 1027 or so. If that breaks, then I expect higher levels to come, because then I think the breakout, it's happening. But below here, guys, I think there is reasons for you to trade to the short side, especially because of the risk reward, right? The closest we get to this trend line here, the better it is. I can even show you here that, if you sell somewhere here, put your stop loss just there, and the target, back to the lows again. You can see here you have nearly a 2-to-1, sorry, risk reward, right? So that's the thinking behind here. So that's why I'll be looking on the euro. So the closest we get to the 1020 level, the better it is. Shorter term, if we look the 4 hour here, we are in a kind of resistance on the euro so far. That's why I think we are holding here, and it looks like a triangle as well, isn't it? So that's one thing I'll be keep an eye on the euro today. Maybe it's a triangle, which is very normal to really happen before a data release, to be very honest. So I'll keep an eye on that. If so this 110, if that 10 breaks, then look 1020. If that 1020 gets broken as well, then I think we are in a bullish kind of mode, because then we're going to be above this trend line here on the euro. Okay, guys, so keep that in mind. Cable, not really sure what to do. The thing we were expecting the 618 to hold for a bit, but you can see it hold it pretty much very well, actually. The cable came all the way back to that really big zone, rejected, and here we are. So I think it's between now, about these two zones here for now. So it's all about 124 and 122.10 for the cable. I think above this zone, I think it can squeeze up. Below this zone here, I think we then gonna go maybe to 21 next for the cable. Okay, nothing really else here to do or say in my view, but very risky to trade a cable. Like I said in every single webinar that we had for the last few days, I told that trading the cable right now is very risky because of as we get close to that Brexit date. Going back to the dollar yen, so the dollar yen here, guys, it's moving lower because of what happened to the equity space. If we go back to let's go to the S&P 500, you can see it really went down, and it came to this zone here, but it's still not a bearish market in my view, right? Still not a bearish market. I think it needs to start breaking to new lows here, because if you look longer term, we are making steadily new highs but not new lows. So while we are remaining here, I think it has a really good chance to stop breaking, and it remains high. So for me, for now, only looks like a correction in my view. Okay, so let's see. But the S&P is holding here. Yesterday had a really good close, a really nice bounce here on the S&P, and let me clean up this chart a bit here. Yeah, so you can see here that we have some kind of support here now. So 28.94, good support, and then watch out for the S1, which is going to be the 28.72 support for the S&P. Resistance, guys, is going to be this 29.41 zone again. If we do break that, guys, then I think this is very bullish, and I think the next is going to be the highs again. Okay, so keep that in mind for the S&P. But going back to the dollar yen here and knowing what equity space looks like, the dollar yen, if you look at the weekly especially, you can see here that we are kind of retesting this trend line, right? You can see here we just touched, and here we are, and today we can easily close here, you know, and or even lower. So it's a big day for the dollar yen. For in my view here, we can easily. It's really gonna show. Today is gonna confirm what can happen for the next few days, in my view. Because if we do close, you know, above this. If we do close above the 107 handle, I think we can, you know, move up again and back to these highs. If we do close below here or lower, if we do close like here, for example, today, then I think it's quite a bearish scenario, and I think, you know, maybe 150, 105.50, or even 105 handle, it's back into play. So a big day for the dollar yen. Maybe today's not the best day for you to enter new trades on this pair, especially. Maybe it's better to wait and see where we close today, and then start making a trading strategy for next week. Okay, that might be the best plan for this pair, I believe. So keep an eye on that. So keep an eye on 107 handle. I think we need to close here today to really, you know, shows that it's ready to move back to those highs again. Many people are saying this is a double top. It can be. So it really depends on where we close today, right? If we do close very bad today, I think then you can really aim for the target of this double top, which is gonna give you a target of 105.50. Okay, so let me write this down so I don't forget. So double top, you know, double top target. Okay, so if we do close below, like I said, the 106.50 today or so, I think I'm gonna be able to target, you know, the double top target. Okay, so that's dollar yen. Dollar Canadian. So very, very tricky here, isn't it? This is one great example of maybe you get stopped out, but then if you wait more, maybe you can get back your losses and a lot more back. And this for me here was a big key, right? I missed this trade, to be honest, but look at this, you know, really nice false breakout there, big green candle above the range, and then from there, you know, the market is gonna squeeze, and here we are, right? So big zone for the dollar Canadian here, guys. Really massive zone for dollar Canadian. If we do break and close above the 33.50 today, I think that's a very bullish scenario, and I think that then you can really target, you know, 33.50, 35 or so, 35.50, 35 zone, somewhere here next, if we do close above the 618, guys, today. So that's going to be the next target if that happens. I really believe that. So really nice there. Support for today, guys, it's going to be this 33 zone. Okay, the 33 handle. That's a big support for today, but I'm not going to be surprised if when the NFP comes out and the Canadian number comes out as well, we do a quickly move below that and then, you know, move up. I'm not going to be surprised if that happens. Okay, but you know, like I said, going back to how to trade NFP, and I, you know, I really recommend people that if you want to trade NFP, really trade smaller. Okay, it's not the day that you want to try to make a really big gain day, because it can turn in your face and can be a really ugly day for you. So today, any trades that you take, doesn't really matter what time, trade smaller than you normally do. Okay, so that's my big tip there for today. Dollar Swiss. So the dollar Swiss here, it's still about it's still at the highs, right? Which is surprising, but the reason is because what happened to the equities, right? So if equities fall, no investors will buy Swiss, right? For safe for their safety. So that's why the dollar Swiss is still here, and here we are. So here it is, and its support for the dollar Swiss today is going to be around, I think, this 96.60 handle. If you look the daily, it looks a little choppy. I'm not sure what to do. The weekly, same thing. We can easily close below here, close, and leave a really ugly tail behind it. So I don't think dollar Swiss is the best pair to trade today, but the levels, watch out, this 99.60, and resistance is going to be really that 1.0025. Okay, guys. That is my thinking behind the dollar Swiss. Okay. Not really to talk about here, to be honest. I feel that that's all I see, pretty much. So I don't want to force anything on this dollar Swiss here, but keep an eye on equities space if you're trading the dollar Swiss. Aussie. Look, the Aussie. It's very. Let me do something here. Let me start over again. So the Aussie here, this move here was very interesting, right? It was very interesting because the market did exactly what new traders hate, which is making a new low and then just straight it just reverse after that, because the low was here pretty much, and you can see very very interesting move just below that and then reverse twice, and it was quite interesting to see this. The second time it was a new low as well, and was a beautiful move up on this pair. I traded this. I used my divergence strategy on this trade. Worked very well. And here we are. So today levels the levels here is going to be this 67.40. If that doesn't hold, then I'll be watching this 67.18, 67.15. I think this is a really big another support area that you can aim at for today. If the Aussie drops there, so if this drops to here, maybe try a long, maybe, right? And resistance, guys, I think you can aim for the 68 handle for today. I really do. But today I think it's gonna be another big day for the Aussie as well, because we can easily close with a good hammer, very beautiful hammer, or close another big red candle around here, which can change, right? It's a game changer day. So it's going to be very interesting to see where the Aussie closed today. So keep an eye on 68, handle 67.40, support. Another one's going to be around 67.15. The QE here as well. Same thing, but keep an eye on the dollar, on the QE. Look what happened here on the weekly, and we have been seeing this together for quite a few days, right? If you look longer term, weekly chart, look at this. What a beautiful test at the trend line by the pip. Me personally, I was waiting for the 62 handle to touch by the pip, but you can see here that the low was at 62.09, so I missed that by 9 pips, which is quite disappointing, but that's what market is sometimes. So the QE here, I think support here on the QE. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let me put this lower. I think this area here is huge. So 62.55. While we remain above here, I think it looks good to maybe try a long somewhere, close to here. So I'll be watching 62.70 support and 62.55 for two supports that, and then you trade my trade will probably look something like this. Will probably look something like, oops, will probably look something like this. You know, a 2.5 to 1 risk reward, or even higher, you know, nearly 4 to 1 trade, risk reward trade. So those are the two supports. Resistance here is going to be the 63, 63, 62. Really clean level to work with. If that doesn't hold, then back to these highs again, which is huge as well. 64, 54 area, guys. Okay. That's my view here on the Kiwi for now. But another another pair which has a really massive day to go ahead. Let's see what happens here. So a big level for the Kiwi here in my view right now. Let's have a quick look on the other market. So gold, gold. I see many people saying, you know, it's going to squeeze up, and I know the reason why, but at the same time, this can be easily a trap, and this can easily be kind of a channel kind of trade, which, you know, it can easily do something like that. So be prepared for that. So if I was bullish, I really need a big, like a close, you know, above this 1525 handle, because that then it's going to confirm that this is not channel anymore. You know, it's really going to go back to the highs again. But for now, you know, it's too early to tell. I tried to sell this. I got stopped out, of course. I shorted here on the trend line. It worked for a short term, but then, you know, straight up it broke to new highs. So, you know, that's not great. So we are here just where the 618 is, but we need to reverse here, guys. And this here, it's been a huge area, isn't it? So you can see that here is big resistance. That's where we pretty much stopped, right? So while gold remains above this zone, below this zone, I think maybe, you know, why not try a short with a stop loss just above this high here, the previous high, you know, something like this, you know, and I'll target somewhere here. Why not, you know, a 3 to 1 there in this trade on gold right there. So that can be one good play. What about others? What else? I don't think there is any other market. Big move a few days ago was DAX, isn't it? So the DAX really big reversal here from this trend line, but here we are. You know, we can easily make a new low today, but just below that there is a big support area, and you know, with the 200 moving average, so on the weekly chart, so this zone can maybe boost this DAX to go up again. I don't know, who knows, but it's a good area to be long. That's one thing for sure. Daily wise, you can see here that we stopped by the pip around the 200 moving average on the daily anyway. So big area, and you can see the same range that I have on the weekly on the daily here too. So the DAX needs to hold here, this zone here. If we don't, then it's gonna challenge this level here, isn't it, that we slightly broken, made a new low, and then bounced from there. Really massive force breakout there on the DAX. So if that doesn't hold, this zone doesn't hold, then I'll move to here, and then maybe a new force breakout happening again for the DAX. I don't know, that can easily happen today, guys. So keep that in mind on the DAX so far. Yeah, let's clean this up. And here we go. Okay, but too early to tell. This is a bottoming place, I believe. I think we need to see first a move back above the zone to really say, okay, now the market, you know, really gonna challenge here. So 1300, I think, can be the level that is gonna suggest you that's ready to move up again. Okay, guys, And I think that's all for today. I don't have any other market to really keep an eye on. Let's have a quick look on bonds before we go. So here we are, and bonds are squeezing very close to the highs again, which is very interesting to see. Didn't respect this channel anymore, so what I will do, probably I will delete this trend line. I don't want this to affect my trading decisions anymore. And then maybe there is a trend line here, isn't it? Okay, so we're, yeah, not know what to do here. Let me remove drawings. So we are probably above the 786 already. Yes, we are. Okay, and let's see this range here. Okay. Can this be a flag? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it's not, isn't it? Yeah, I don't see as a target, as a flag. But let's measure the first move up. Yeah, you can see it's pretty much where we are, isn't it? So maybe a zone of resistance here. One thing is for sure, we are doing some kind of divergence, right? So the market is making new highs here on the RSI, but not on price action. We're still below this high, but that's on the 4 hour. Let's see on the daily. Yeah, the daily's not doing a divergence. Yeah, so a tricky one. I think we need to see this trend line gets broken first. Especially gets above this low here. If this low gets taken away, then I think the market has a top to work with. In bonds, but I'm quite surprised the bonds make this move up, but not dollar yen. So let's have a quick look on dollar yen. But at here, I'm not gonna put dollar yen. I'm gonna put yen dollar because I want them to be together like this, so it's easier to demonstrate. So you can see here, right? You can see it is a massive divergence here in play, isn't it? So that's one thing to keep an eye on the dollar yen here. This divergence, like bonds really squeezed up, but not dollar yen. That's something to keep an eye, because if bonds reverse, I think dollar yen has a lot. Dollar yen will bounce really hard, I believe, but too early to tell if we have a top or not. And I think that's all, guys. That's all I have for today. I will keep an eye, you guys, in touch. I'll post some information on Twitter, and Monday we will be back with our weekly review, what's coming for the next few days, and get prepared for the next week. Okay, but thanks so much, guys, for being here. Thanks so much. Don't forget, please, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, help us out. Thank you so much. Have a great week and good luck. Take care and bye bye.